The church doors were supposed to open for my wedding march, but instead, they opened to reveal two police officers. I was standing at the altar in my white dress, looking at my handsome fiancé, Michael, who suddenly turned pale as a sheet. The guests whispered in shock as the officers walked straight past me, grabbed Michael by his arms and placed him in handcuffs. My mother-in-law screamed, pointing her finger at me, accusing me of ruining her son's life. But she didn't know that I was the one who called them. Michael thought he was marrying a clueless, wealthy woman who would blindly fund his secret gambling debts and his hidden family affairs. He didn't realize that the quiet bride standing before him had discovered every single lie just 12 hours before saying, "I do." I am Evelyn. I am 29 years old, and until yesterday I believed I was living a fairy tale. I had spent a year planning the perfect wedding, completely blind to the snake sleeping in my bed. But the truth always finds a way out, and when it does, it burns everything down. Before I reveal the shocking secret I found on Michael's phone that changed our lives forever, welcome to Talescape. If you want to improve your English listening skills through intense human stories, please subscribe to the channel right now. Let us find out what happened next. Michael and I met 2 years ago at a charity gala. He was charming, attentive, and treated me like royalty. My family has owned a successful shipping business for generations, so I was used to people wanting something from me. But Michael seemed different. He claimed to run his own successful marketing firm and refused to let my family pay for anything during our courtship. My parents adored him, and his mother constantly told me how lucky I was to have found such a gentleman. We bought a beautiful house together, and everything seemed perfect. The nightmare began the night before our wedding. Michael was downstairs drinking wine with his groomsmen, and he left his personal tablet on our bedside table. It kept buzzing with urgent notifications. I usually respect privacy, but a strange gut feeling told me to look. The messages were from a private bank account. Michael didn't run a successful marketing firm at all. His company had gone bankrupt a year ago. Even worse, the tablet contained bank transfers showing that he had been secretly draining our joint wedding savings account to pay off massive debts. But the final text message broke my heart completely. It was from his mother saying, "Just marry her tomorrow, get access to her family trust fund, and our financial problems are gone forever." They didn't love me. They saw me as a financial rescue plan. Instead of crying or calling off the wedding, I decided to give them a ceremony they would never forget. I spent the rest of the night printing out every single fraudulent bank statement, every text message, and every fake contract Michael had ever signed. I put a copy of the evidence inside a beautifully wrapped gift box and placed it on the altar. Then, I called the fraud department of the local police and told them exactly where to find a wanted man at 10 o'clock the next morning. When Michael smiled at me at the altar, he thought he was winning. But when the priest asked if anyone objected to the marriage, I reached down, opened the gift box, and threw the printed messages in his face. That was the exact moment the police walked through the doors. I watched my lying fiancé get dragged away in a tuxedo, while his mother collapsed in tears on the church floor. I didn't shed a single tear. I took off my diamond ring, dropped it into his mother's purse, and walked out of the church alone, completely free. Before we finish today, let us look at 3 excellent English expressions from Clara's dramatic story to improve your vocabulary. The first expression is pale as a sheet. This means to look incredibly white or pale in the face because you are shocked, terrified, or sick. For example, when he saw the ghost, his face turned pale as a sheet. The second expression is a gut feeling. This means a strong, intuitive feeling about a situation, even if you do not have logical proof yet. For example, I had a gut feeling that something was wrong, so I checked the door locks. The third expression is went bankrupt. This means a person or a business legally loses all their money and cannot pay their debts anymore. For example, the big clothing store went bankrupt and had to close all its shops. Thank you for listening to Talescape. If you want to see justice served in more stories, please like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow English learners. See you in the next tale.